What is going on, y'all? I am Jonathan Smith, aka Johnny D. Smitty, and welcome to another live edit here in the evening. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere, but instead you decided to join me, and I really appreciate you. We are going to have a really good time today. We're going to be back into the edit that we started last week when we cracked the code on a very difficult or what seemed like it was going to be a very difficult audio edit. And it was, of course, but we made it simple. And we got progress. And I'm very proud of how far we got because that one was a challenge in the beginning. We had us in the first half, not going to lie. But we pulled it out. And so we're just going to hop right back into it. I have about 30 minutes to be on this live edit today. And so we're not going to spend a lot of time in the in-between. And talking about things. And we are going to get rolling. Again, I am Jonathan Smith. Thank you for being here. These live edits have been very fun, very informative. Of course, like, subscribe to the page, to the channel, share this video. Go ahead and copy that link. Send it to somebody who you know who does video editing, who does audio editing, because there are going to be a lot of tips and tricks uncovered today. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and copy and close some of these tabs because I don't know if it's just me, but I hate having a lot of tabs open. It's just annoying. I think it's annoying when you just have like a bunch of tabs open. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of these closed up and we are going to get rolling. Hopefully everybody had a good time yesterday. I don't know if anybody did anything for President's Day or had the day off or anything like that. But if you did, hopefully you got some rest. I know I got a lot of rest. Actually, no. Let me rewind. I got a lot of rest on Sunday night. But last night, actually, I could not sleep at all. I ended up going to sleep at 6 this morning. So I was dragging a bit earlier today. Was able to pick my energy up a bit. But that's less about me, more to you and what it is that we are here for. So like I said, we are back in Premiere Pro. Back in the edit that we started last week. And so let's go ahead and get straight into it. So as I'm sure you guys can remember from what it is that we were doing last week, let me bring this mic a little closer to my body. We are going to find the audio that we started working on last week. That was the extracted audio. It's right there. And so actually what we need to do is go into Adobe Audition because that's where we were doing the editing. And I believe we saved the track because we were pretty much done with it at the point that we were at. We were pretty much already done with it. So, and that was just one interview. We can go ahead and replace all of the speaking parts that she had with the audio that we were able to clean up. Where is that? Left channel isolation. Could not be found. Okay, yes, we need to find that because it is here. I know it's here. Left channel isolation. There it is. Open it up. Let's go. Okay, there it is. Terrific. Okay.
Thank you.
I want to jump kind of right in. Usually I ask all of these.
That's what we had, and this is what we were working with.
I'm just checking with you. Do you need to monitor your camera at all?
Well, it's there. I'm okay.
This is the point that we were at, and we're going to go back into that multi-track because we're actually going to find the other one. Want extract it and extract it. We want that left channel, which is this one. I don't know why it's doing this thing where it's saying that these things can't be found. It's so weird. There it is there. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but that's okay. We're not going to trip about it too much.
Do you need to monitor your camera?
Okay, there that is.
Lead-in question. I want to jump kind of right.
And also, of course, we'll want to open up that other one that we extracted. It wasn't this one. It was the one that took a long time to open up, if you remember. And that was, let's see. Nope, not that. If we find Angela's file, or is this Angela or Michaela? Let me see, wait a second. Angela, yes. So we'll want to go here. Okay, it's not there. You know what? We're not going to stress about it. What we're going to do instead is go back to Premiere because we know it's here. And let's see, 1C. I believe it was this audio that we wanted. This was the extra long one. Let's see. Or was it 1A? Media duration. This one is an hour. Yeah, it was this one. 1C. That's what I thought. So we'll need to find this because for whatever reason I cannot find it in the Explorer. Here it is. Okay. Where did we put this? Where did it go? So let's see. Let's find its path. Premiere Pro captured audio. Oh, wait. Edit. Okay, there it is. Okay, fine. Great. I'm just glad I don't have to do that whole process over again because that would have been annoying. But here we are. We found it. We found it. We know what to do, of course. And what I did, of course, in that segment, which is go and utilize Premiere Pro's reveal in Explorer feature, which makes everything so much easier, so much faster. Okay, here is that extracted audio. Yes, there's the peak file, yes. And we'll want to go and put it here. Let's drop it into, there we go. Okay, because this is actually the longer portion. I think this is the portion that they were actually using in the interview. I don't think any of the things that were, any of the clips that were mentioned here were actually used. I think everything that they did using her came from C. So let's just make sure of that. Okay, everything says C so far. I'm seeing a lot of C, 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 yeah. And also another easy way to do this is to open it up here, go to interviews. And if you do it like this, you can actually see what's been dropped into a timeline. So C is used. I don't see any. Oh, okay. A is in here somewhere. We have to find the part with A in it. I'm not seeing a lot. That's interesting. It says it's in here, but I don't see any. This is interesting because it says that it's here, but I don't see it. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. Nope, it is not. Is not. No? Okay. Well, we're not going to stress about it right now. Instead, what we'll do is we'll just edit C and we'll keep moving. I think I'll rename this to be actually, I don't know if we can just rename it like that. We can't just rename it like that. Ah, there it is. Wait, no. Okay. Okay, so we won't rename it like that, or will we? Nope. Okay. So, like I said, we will take this out, which is the audio from A. From camera A is what I mean. And we will insert this into the multi-track. Okay, wait. Yep. Let's insert it into the multi-track. There we go. Or actually, I think I will. Let's undo what we did. I will insert this into its own multi-track session. That way, it's nice and clean. We don't have to worry about this or that. But I'll put it into the same folder. So this is, we'll say Angela C file. Angela C file. Sure, why not? Okay. And sample rate was originally 4,800. We want to keep that the same. Okay. Great. So there it is. Now, the process is the same as we did before. We'll want to eliminate that right channel because that's the one that is filled with bad quality audio. So we'll want to eliminate it completely. Delete it. Delete it over here. Great. So now what we want to do, as we did last time, is fill all of the right. We want to make this mono. We want to create a mono track. And so how we'll do that is we will go up to effects. Okay. And we will, wait a second. Now that's not what we need. Wait a second. Now I'm forgetting where the where my effect is. This would be the time when somebody who is out there would be like, "Oh, it's in this folder, or it's in this section." There it is. I had to highlight it all first. Or no, just extract channels to mono files. That's all we need to do. So now it's extracting those channels. So we got our left, and now it's creating one for the right, but we won't need one for the right because that right was bad. Nope, we don't need to save that. We just need that left channel.
I thought about.
And so this is the good audio. It's good just to start off. Just starting off, it's already good.
Yeah.
So what we'll want to do is we'll bring this up
to go into that
to where these levels
it ground
are at least around
it was the truth. So
Okay, wait, let me be sure that I can't see.
I don't need to.
that
I don't want
on,
to select this actually.
how that
Yeah, I can't see it. Can you see the paper
Okay.
and the glass?
So we'll want to bring these levels up to where Her voice is pretty stable at,
COVID maps. We have environmental
I would
justice
say,
maps.
about 9.
And they're talking about the same areas and the same people.
And then we'll once we
are
get it to about 9
overburdened
or 6.
with toxics,
6 is fine too.
overburdened
Now we can
with
start to add some effects.
high COVID rates.
And that would be before we
overbur-
actually drop it. And actually, I want to take this out of the multi-channel track because I want to do the editing or the edits and the effects that I'll add to it before I actually put it into the multi-channel track. The multi-channel track, that's where you kind of start to get into more like, or that's where I like to get into more cutting and stuff like that. And in this kind of an instance, I don't really think there'll be a lot of cutting actually on the audio. So now that we've gotten it to a decent level, I will go into the effects tab. And remember, do you all remember what we did last time to get that noise out? Here's what we did. We found a bit of audio where it was just no voice, just all silent. And that way we could actually choose that section and it would grab that noise print. So here, we'll do it again. This is perfect.
Asking people.
No one said anything. It's just all you can hear is that noise that's being produced from the line and the microphone. Perfect. And so what we can do is select this section just like this. And then we go into our effects tab. And again, we are in Adobe Audition. Go into that effects tab. And we will go into noise reduction and restoration tab and capture noise print. It says the current audio selection will be captured and loaded as a noise print for use the next time the noise reduction effect is launched. So now it's saved. It's saved in the program. So now watch this. Watch what happens. This is what it sounds like before.
I would not do it.
You hear all
the
of that
way
noise and things
that we did it because it was informational, and it was good for me, but it was just.
You hear all of that noise that's happening in the channel?
Asking people about their health sometimes is like opening
we don't want that
can of worms.
But now
it's sometimes
that we've selected that noise print and identified that noise print, it knows what that noise sounds like. And so when we go back into our effects tab and the noise reduction / restoration tab, sorry about that, restoration tab, we can hit noise reduction process and we can try it out. So we'll play a section and we'll listen to it.
She had respiratory
You hear
issues.
how that is already
she had heart disease,
already less.
And talking to her and also talking to neighbors about
I
their
could
health
have it
issues
be less noise reduction.
really solidified, made it real, because hearing
That's
it
low.
from an organization, you're like,
And
okay,
this,
well, this is the work.
the more you bring it
that
up,
you do. But then outreaching to
the better it
communities,
gets.
knocking on doors of neighbors and talking to them about their health. It's like, wow, they have similar issues.
Now look
they
at
have
that.
the same issue. If I was to knock on my sister's door, she would answer and say, yeah, I'm one of those. And we actually, it's not, I laugh because it's so, well, it happened a while ago. But, so there was one time
and it's gone, just like that. We virtually completely removed the noise from the line. So now this audio will be clean audio. It will be clean audio now. And that's exactly what we want. Clean audio. A fun secret and little tidbit about video is that actually you all weren't seeing any of that the entire time. That's awkward. And I can't even go back and do all of that. And I won't go back and do all of that actually. But see, this is the next time. So what I did, since I need to show you all now, is I selected all of the audio. I went into our effects tab, noise reduction process, and it started down.
I remember.
And you hear that
because we were out in the community, specifically asking about health. And when I think of it now, as my like an organizer now, I would not do it the way that we did it, because it was informational.
The more we bring it up,
and it was
actually,
good
I'll
for
get this
me,
back to where it started.
but it was
10.
just
The more we bring it up,
asking people about their health sometimes is
the less
like
noise we have. And you see how that
can of worms.
You see, this is the
because
threshold.
It's
this
sometimes
is the
you live
reduction
with
amount.
it in the back of your mind, and so it was really sad.
Are you saying that you were re-traumatizing?
We were re-traumatizing.
Remember, right? So
Yes.
because I go out.
There.
So we were re-traumatizing
Nice.
people.
So now we've already reduced that noise
we
a
were
lot.
knocking on the doors.
A
and
lot.
Activated. It changed the game.
And so now, that's just the noise reduction. We can also reduce it by however many decibels.
I had more people to talk to about
it starts at 10,
something,
and we'll bring it down a little more.
It didn't have to live in this super technical place. It could live in like just everyday, life. Like, we could talk about asthma. We could talk about like.
Now that noise is virtually gone.
Of PM 2.5 without.
The noise is virtually gone now, which is amazing. And now we have that beautiful, crisp, clean audio that we love. Also, if you're watching, sorry about that. Forgot to hit the transition button in OBS Studio. And so, but there was a lot of talk, a lot of all that stuff. You all got to see the part that actually mattered. And so thank you for sticking with me on that. But the part that I was about to get into when I looked over at the app and realized that we were not where we needed to be was that a secret about video is that while the video is important, the most important part is the audio. The audio is the most important part of video edits, which is interesting because you wouldn't really think that. You wouldn't really consider the audio as being the most important part, but it is. And so when I learned that, it really opened up my eyes to a lot of stuff, and the process of focusing on getting the best audio when I'm actually recording the takes and things like that. And it really stepped up my video game once I started getting that crisp, clean audio. And so this person actually came to me because they went to another video editor and they asked them to clean up the audio, and they did their best, but their best wasn't Jonathan Smith quality. And so now we got it to my quality of audio, and I'm happy with that. And so now we can go ahead and export this audio track. And we will, okay, wait a second. Export this audio track. Export the file. Now, normally I like to be able to just edit or export it straight into Premiere Pro. It's not allowing me to do that right now. Not exactly sure why. I wonder if it would change if I added it to the multi-track. So let's see. Okay. Now it's there. Yes. Okay. Now we can go ahead and export it to Premiere Pro. But before we do that,
we
want
were
to make sure it
specific
sounds good
because
still.
we wanted to know, and we also wanted neighbors to know they're community members with the same issues. And so we need to talk about this because we were inviting people to a town hall. And after an hour of walking through the community, we came together and said, okay,
I'm going to boost it up a little bit.
not only were we traumatized, it sat with me. I don't know if it was ever diagnosed.
I'm going to do a little bit of editing before I send it over to Premiere Pro. So I'm hearing a lot of reverb in this, which was another thing that actually, sorry about that. Make sure we don't make the same mistake twice. I can hear a lot of reverb in this audio.
But she had issues breathing.
Also, if you're here, thank you for being here. Go ahead and drop a hello in the chat, in the comments, in the chat, in the whatever you want, wherever you want to put it. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you for being here. So now I hear a lot of reverb. Reverb is when you speak into a mic or speaking to wherever, and you can hear some audio or you can hear some echo kind of happening, but it's not echo. There's a difference between echo and reverb. That's a technical thing. Sorry about that. There's a difference between echo and reverb, technical thing, but you can hear reverb, which is that sound bouncing back into the microphone. And you can hear it spatially in the surrounding areas. And we want to get that out of there.
Headaches all the time.
So what we'll do is we'll go into noise reduction restoration. They make it very easy. Reverb. There's a de-reverb function.
And she had heart disease. And so for me, because I lived with my sister for about 4 years, for me, it was...
And they make it really easy.
I want to say it was normal, I guess, in a way that she didn't really question the root of like, why am I all of a sudden sick? Never had any like headaches before, but now they're common.
And we can get even
had
more
any issues with
focused in
breathing, but now it's common. And so when I started volunteering at CBE and I started to ask questions, I would share this with her. But she heard it, but it wasn't something that she...
So I can toggle it on and off?
I guess wanted to...
That's what it sounds like without it?
Time. And I think a part of that is...
Here it is
this
with
is
it?
a major polluter. ABNI is where she lived 2.5 blocks from. It's
Great.
a major polluter.
I like that. And I think I'm hearing a lot of sounds in the audio. And so I want to knock some of that down. And what we can use is a simple de-esser.
That's been there for a long time. Like, what can I do to combat that? And it's just me in affordable housing, and I'm sick. So that really, really moved me. I'm sorry. I want to say it's been 3 years. It's expensive. You sort of like, yeah, you want to be able to live in a place where you've always known. So it's not, I don't think it's a conscious trade-off.
Okay.
But it
that sounds
is.
pretty good.
So my nephews still live in East Oakland.
Okay. I like where that is. And so, because I like where that is, I'm going to go ahead and export this over to Premiere Pro. And let's go ahead and put those files here. And we can export it to Premiere Pro. By doing this, it makes the process a lot easier. I don't have to export the file, find the file, open it up in Premiere Pro. It just does all of that automatically, and it'll even lay the track into an audio track if that's what I want it to do. Which may not be the step that I want to take right now, but We shall see. We shall see. Now, one thing I think may make this a little difficult for me in the entirety of the process is that there are a lot of different clips around, and so I would need to align the clips. See, I would need to do a new one because it's going to drop the audio into the project. And I appreciate that. I do, actually. But since it is its own file, I will need to find this video and then align this audio. And that's an entirely different process that I'm not showing today. Because actually, this is the end of this live stream. And I really thank you all for being here today. This has been fun. I really appreciate it. We're doing more audio editing because that's what this series is about. That's what this edit here is about, the audio edits. That's why I was asked to do this. And so that's what we'll be covering for the next couple of live sessions. So I'm excited to see you all at the next one. Again, I am Jonathan Smith. Thank you for being here, and I will see you all at the next one.